Shalom, brothers and sisters. Hope everyone had a wonderful week. We are heading into the Sabbath, and I am so excited as usual. Words cannot explain how I feel about Shabbat and Yah himself. I don't have enough words to explain how I feel about him. But came on for just a short period to talk about two subjects that I've been thinking about this week, and trying to work on some other things that I put off. And I tell you what, it's all starting to come together. And the first one is, if we realize that the intentions that y'all have for us are beyond our imaginations, beyond what we could ever think of. But because of external influences and our free will, and no one can tell us anything, we kind of got out of alignment with y'all's purpose for Israel. It's like being in, say you're a product that was designed to, carry out a specific duty. So you had to have certain things instilled in you, which is, you're going down this assembly line and they're putting all these parts together on you to carry out the purpose of what the original designer intended, who is Yah. So, as we are born, we're going down a conveyor belt called life. Ever so often, as we're on this conveyor belt, someone reaches out and touches us. They put their hands on us. They put something on us. We go down a few more yards, feet. Someone else puts their hands on us, touches us, tweaks us. Then we get to our final destination of being packaged. And there are inspectors, what we would call the council of judges, courts of heaven, on our conveyor belt of life. And as we went down, if this person that touched us was properly trained to do their job, to apply the right things to us in order for us to move on to the next level or the next stop, for the next person who was supposed to be trained to know what to do with their role, they should know what to put on us, what to pour into us. Then by the time we get to the inspectors, who are the courts of heaven, they look at it, they observe it, they test it. Don't you know Yah puts us to test with all these other deities? Some come to test. Some come to carry out an assignment. from y'all for chastisement, for disobedience, not following the laws, statutes, and commandments. So you have all these inspectors, they're doing their job. And when they go to, the testers, they go, they do their part. Then they go before they head out to be sent out to be used. You have the inspectors. The inspectors, they give it one more shot. And on that last try, if it's defective, it gets placed over here to be recycled, thrown away, destroyed. If it passes, it gets to be allowed to go out to be utilized for its purpose. And that's how our life is. We have people that come in and out of our lives, touching us in some form, be it physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. We've been touched. And what y'all, our original designer, had for us, we allow those external influences, applications, and touching to throw us off, put us on a pile that we're no use to him. I'm trying my best how to say that, hey, y'all intended for all of us to have a purpose that carried out what he created for us to do. But we didn't do it. So some of us now, we're at that point. We are at the finishing point. Will we be stamped in the forehead with a tar? Or will we be placed on the buffet for the beasts, the birds, the ravens to consume because of our own disobedience? Excuse me, I was eating trail mix. Still got the skin from the nuts. Ugh. And I'm going to read this passage here, and then I'm going to move on to something else I wanted to talk about. I'll be glad when I have a chance to get to the optometrist, whomever it be, to get me some more glasses. I'm going to read Jeremiah chapter 1. And I'm going to start at verse 4. And it says, "The word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you. And before you left the womb, I sanctified you. I established you as a prophet unto the nations." Many of us, y'all had this intention for us. But because of external influences, traps set by the wickedness of this world and the wicked pen of the scribes, of the wicked scribes. We got out of line. We got out of alignment with y'all. And a lot of us, we want to blame everybody. We want to blame everybody but ourselves. We're in a time now where y'all is waking us up. And he said that we would come back to him. We would search him out. And when he said search, that was a deep, deep word. Search him out. More besides this, searching in here, this was touched. Our Torah was on an assembly line with wicked hands touching it. Got us eating flesh with blood. Got us marrying and giving in marriage to other nations. Got us saying it's okay to be, you know, if you want, if you're a boy and you feel like you're a girl, be a girl. If you're a girl and you feel like you want to be a boy, be a boy. You know, they twisted, warped, and distorted our Torah by adding that detestable comic book I call the New Testament. It's a comic book. It's hilarious because the things that they have taken away from our Torah and used over there to validate themselves, to have a connection so that our people will not realize that, you know, they were headed down the wrong path. And it was allowed. Y'all allowed it because our people, a lot of us are very stubborn, stout-hearted, stiff-necked, wise in our own eyes. So y'all allowed it so that he'll see who really loves him. Who is going to search for me through all of this trash that they have added and the truth that's been taken away? Who? Who? It takes more than reading a few lines to find y'all. Daniel was told to seal up the books until the appointed time. Well, guess what? This is the appointed time. We don't have any more excuses. We don't have no more people that we can blame when it's all out there now. All that wicked media that they have brought to us to distract us. We can find y'all now. We can find the truth. So there's no excuse. None. Now I'm going on to something else. Making it brief. Because we don't have any more excuses. We don't have to sit here. I don't have to sit here for an hour, 2 hours. Because y'all is exposing the truth. But our people want to be spoon-fed, spoon-fed. Even we have sisters and brothers that go in these places and pull all the stuff out that has been hidden, all this truth. And they bring it right there and sit it in your lap. And you still expect them to spoon feed you. That's wrong. We wrong for that. We wrong to be thinking we supposed to be spoon fed, because a lot of our sisters and brothers want to be spoon fed. Some of them even want you to throw their head back and stick a funnel in their mouth and pour it in them. But if it ain't in you to find y'all, it's just going to run out the other end. It come in here and run out the other way. Like diarrhea. I said that was going to be it. Yeah, that's it. I'm going on. Another thing that brought to my attention, and I've been thinking about this. I was thinking about this thing, oh my goodness, for like 2 years. But it was just something I needed a confirmation on. And I've gotten several confirmations on different things this week, from being diligent in seeking out truth, seeking out information. And y'all placed a wonderful sister to sit there. She takes her time and she reads these things to us, and she explains it to us, and she goes over it with us. But yet, some of us want her to throw our heads back and stick the funnel in the mouth and pour it all in us. But then it ends up running out the back end. But when I get it in my hand, I eat it. I put it in here and I hold it. Because I am grateful. I am thankful to y'all to be able to hear the truth. I love him and he knows it. And there's nothing that's going to stand in my way. I'll drop kick somebody about y'all. I ain't strong and agile as I used to be, in my little shoot. I'll drop kick somebody about y'all. My cutoff game is good when it comes to y'all. Oh, it's good. People that know me know my cutoff game. When it comes to y'all, I'm even worse. But getting back on subject, it's been about 2 years, and I was deliberating about bringing this out. But when I heard Sister Tessa talking this week, she was talking about the giants and their size, and about the cedar trees, how the size of the cedar trees. And it came back. I was like, okay, that's it right there. That's the confirmation, because you can have rumors on social media, what have you. It's one thing to be a rumor, but to have facts is a total different story. And this is something that we can't let these wicked people cause us to be rejected by y'all. They get us everywhere they can. They get us through medications, our foods, our clothing, our this. They even trap us in this because they got us thinking that we're supposed to be doing blood sacrifices, killing little animals. And we were sent here to protect the animals. Things like that. And those little things, if y'all kept Moses from going to the promised land for one thing, what do you think he'll do about us? Now, Himalayan salt comes from where? The Himalayan mountains. If you look in those caves, it looks like meat. We had giants. We weren't here to really see how tall these giants were, but we have accounts of how tall they were. Now, that they go in to harvest the salt, mine this salt. I've taken an anatomy, biology, physiology. Dissected things. Looked at muscle tissue. If you look at the cave, look at what we would call the striations. It's like a pattern on meat. If you know how meat, when you see meat in a store and it has those, look like little caverns, little cavernous lines in it, or we call those striations. It depends on how it's cut. And when it's cut and it looks like it's got, little meat pieces look like this, little teeny holes, because each one of those are muscle pieces. And they are striated, horizontal in a line. It looks like meat. Then when you cut the meat, you'll see that there is a layer of fibrous tissue. And in that fibrous tissue is also what you would say adipose tissue, which is no more than fat tissue. Then you have your ligaments, and then the bone. And there's tissue and layers, protective layers that keep the muscles moving, lubricated, in order to keep from having friction. These, we call it bursa cells in there. It's a liquid gel like that keeps it moving. And in these caves, you can look at it and tell that that looks like meat. There's the muscle, which is nothing but meat. Then there's on the muscles, there's a little bit of striation that you can see on the muscles. Then right below the muscles, there is some fat and some ligaments in there. In some caves, when they go through these salt mines, you go through in the Himalayas, it looks like you're inside of either a rib cage or an esophagus, because it's like the same pattern. you know, like cartilage or bones. You know, they're interacting, they're crossing bone, meat, bone, meat, bone, meat. Well, no, bone, muscle, bone, muscle, bone, muscle. Or the esophagus has the cartilage, which is like they have the muscles and the cartilage, the muscles and the cartilage. It has a pattern. And in another picture, it looks like blood vessels. So there are even more pictures that it shows that looks like you're walking inside of the vagina of a female giant. And these are salt mines. And they're giving us Himalayan salt. What you call it? Red salt. Some other mineral salt. And it's got this red or pink tint to it. So, what does meat look like? What color is meat? Then they suggest that we put it in water and drink it, and it gives us all our electrolytes and minerals that we need. Of course, because the giants' anatomy was the same as ours, except they were giants. So we have the same, because they're part human, we have similar molecular structure and electrolytes in our bodies, a mineral content in our bodies. And I'm saying all this to ask is, are they making us unknowingly to us, make us be cannibals by feeding us Himalayan salt? That's all I'm asking. And with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbat, and hope to see you in class tomorrow at knewyou. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Well, it's night now. So, good night.